Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation. We will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back-to-back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. He's the point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
We are all but underway here for game number 2 at Conotton Valley High School between the 8-7 KSU Tusk Golden Eagles and the 0-5 Penn State Fayette Nittany Lions as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. Once again, I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me today, Bryce Fisher. A great first game today, 8-1. KSU Tusk gets the win. Even better food during the break.
Yeah, I mean, that dog was pretty good, a little coney dog. 2 of them, actually. Got him down pretty quick. Had a chocolate chip cookie. It was melting, but it was okay. I'm not really a soft cookie type of person. I had to explain this to my girlfriend. She was like, "Do you like cookies soft?" I was like, "No." Like, who likes cookies soft? You want like a crisp. You want that bottom to be that golden brown.
You want the perfect in between.
No, you need the bottom. It's like my pancakes. I need my pancakes looking a little bit dark. I want it looking like Latin American pancakes.
I mean, that's fair enough, but I will say the venison burger, courtesy of Jeremy Patch's dad, Trace, that hit the spot. He hunted the deer himself in Maryland.
Yeah.
So all credit to him. But looking at game number 2 here, should be a fun one. Who do you think the break helps more here, KSU Tusk or Penn State Fayette? Because if you look at that game, obviously KSU controlled, but Penn State Fayette, they got some momentum down the stretch.
I think it definitely plays in favor of Penn State Fayette. I think they needed that break to get them a little bit of a mental reset, come back, and then this is going to be a chance to fight off starting the year 0-5.
And a chance to improve to 1-5 here. Looking at the man on the mound, I mean, somebody that you know here, Josh Hammer.
Yeah, I don't know him great. Doubt he recognizes me. Barely recognize him. He's got a goatee now, which is a little weird. He used to be a little baby face. But, yeah, he caught me a couple times when he would volunteer at Grady's. He's a good kid. He would come in with the Nolan and Blaze Brunner, who are really good players at Kansas Central Catholic. I can't remember where Blaze went. I know he's playing at the college level, and Nolan should be a senior this year. But it was always a good group of guys from Kansas Central Catholic. It's a great school. It's really not, but I'll say it is.
The Glen Oak rivalry, not really a common one, but I guess it's there.
No, I just don't like the school. I don't like the way it's formatted. It's so weird. Mostly because the baseball field sucks, which makes me angry.
I did get an aerial view of it when I was flying out of Canton Akron earlier on this past year.
Yeah, it's a bad field. Like, it's so mushy all the time, and the bullpen's so claustrophobic. Like, I don't like it. It just makes me angry.
But looking at your starting lineups for game number 2, first of all, for the visitors, Penn State Fayette, it'll go Weber, Vichez, Lessman, Mashiosi, Stitch, Napton, Kowalczyk, Reese, and Mara. That'll be your 1 through 9 lineup. And on the mound, it is Josh Hammer, who we mentioned. As for KSU Tusk, it is Campbell, Larson, Patchett, Schofield, Ruther, Byers, Maine, Bohannon, and Walter. And, of course, Bohannon, he had the nuke back in game number 1, a big 2-run shot in the bottom of the 6th inning. He definitely wants to do that again.
Yeah, I imagine. I think the coaching staff saw that and said, all right, let's maybe give this guy a couple more at-bats, see what he can do, see how hard he can hit a baseball.
Looking at game number 1, comparing it to now, what are your keys to victory for both teams?
For Penn State, you got to have competitive at-bats. You got to be able to put the ball in play more often and force the action on KSU Tusk and limit the free passes. On both teams, you got to limit the free passes. I think KSU Tusk played a really good, complete game. I know there's a couple fielding mistakes, mental errors. Eliminate them. I think for both teams, if you're able to eliminate the mental mistakes, this will be a really close one.
And that man on the far side, Jeremy Patchett, a do-it-all game in game number 1. What's his role here? As you kind of mentioned it back in the pregame show for game number 1, he was more of a defensive guy.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play a nice little role. I don't imagine the power's gonna come into play a ton here, just because of the the weather we have. Obviously, it's nice, but it's not humid yet, so the ball's not going to carry off of those water particles in the air. The wind blowing in from right field, probably killing the ball a little bit. It's still blowing in nice and strong consistently. I think he's going to have another defensive role. I think Larson's going to be the big offensive guy. I mean, he had a phenomenal game.
And on the mound today for Kent State Tuscarawas, it's going to be Bryce and Kent, the freshman coming in from Cleveland, Tennessee. A lot of guys coming from other states. To follow up Caden Castillo, does that add pressure or make your job easier knowing, hey, my teammate just had a great outing here today. Why can't I do the same?
I've never really had that feeling as a pitcher. I imagine you feel pretty good going in. You feel like you have a chance to follow up what he did, maybe make a statement for the day, make a really cool Instagram post afterwards. So I feel like he's playing pretty loose right now.
And I'd have to agree with that. And as well, Bryce, we did mention the food that we had during the break. That wasn't on our own end. That is courtesy of the parents of Kent State Tuscarawas, who not only fed the parents, the coaches, and the players of Kent State, they fed us, they fed the players of Penn State Fayette, and as well the parents. You talk about community for baseball, this might be the best example that we have seen of it.
Yeah, it's a great little community here. They do a really good job making sure that everyone gets a piece of the pie, per se, even though they don't have any pie.
Piece of the venison burger.
Piece of the venison burger.
Any day of the week.
I don't think I want to have pieces of a venison burger, like it's sharing that.
Maybe not, but first pitch is a strike. A beautiful pitch from Kent. 0-1 the count, and we are off to the races at 3:02 p.m. Only 62 minutes late.
No, it's right on time.
It's always on time for baseball. The 1-0 miss, or 0-1 misses up and in, now 1-1 the counts. But looking at the field today, Kent on the mound, Bohannon behind the dish, Patchett at first, Main at second. It is Walter at short and Larson at third. And from left to right in the outfield, it goes Byers, Campbell, and Schofield.
Yeah, and the umpires flipped roles, so you have a little bit of a smaller umpire behind the dish. You might get a couple more strikes at the top of the zone. The bottom of the zone is going to be a little bit tighter.
And that is a complete 180 from what we had in game number 1. 1-2 the count. And Kent gets his first strikeout of the day, picking up exactly where Castillo left off. 1 down.
Yeah, and Kent's a funky arm coming from the right side. A little bit of a long kickback behind the body, recoils back up as he begins to flip his hips, and gets out there with a ton of extension from a lower slot.
And again, with the wind, how does that clash with it?
It's going to be the same as Castillo, where, again, you're getting the run off the arm side from the wind, pulling it to the right.
It is Lucas Vichez back in the batter's box here for Penn State Fayette. Kent's 0-1. Popped up off towards the right side of the infield, residing over second base, and Maine has it for out number 2.
Yeah, I really like Maine defensively. He's very, very smooth. It's been fun to watch him out there. I was watching him pregame, and he's just like butter.
And again, B-Maine, a part of that core last year, really the core 3 that came back from that team being Caleb Salgado, Jeremy Patchett, and B-Maine, Brady Maine. 2 of those guys are seniors. Maine's a junior. And a good drive here on that pitch in a deep right center field. Underneath it is Campbell, and he has it to retire the side, but not too far off from the warning track that time around from Lessman. But the inning is over. The Nittany Lions go in order to get things underway in game number 2. Back to the sticks. KSU Tusk goes, middle of 1, and Bowerston. No score on SmeeSports. Welcome back to Conotton Valley High School. No score quite yet here in game number 2. As here comes the KSU Tusk offense for the first time in the second matchup of the day, led out by Caleb Campbell. First pitch of the day in the dirt for Hammer, 1-0 the counts. And we talked about Josh pregame being a local kid per se, hailing from Canton Central Catholic High School up in Canton.
Yeah, probably about 40 minutes away if I had to guess. He's a little bit closer in 77 than I am.
Swing and a miss, now 1-1 the count. Last time on 8 runs for KSU Tusk, of course, the big 2-run bomb, the exclamation point. How many runs do you want to see here from them?
I mean, if I'm KSU Tusk, I want to see us at least crack 10. Like, you're creeping towards it, now you got to get it. Almost plunked them.
Count now 2-1. Again, looking at their lineup, it's Campbell, Lark, Byers, Main, Bohannon, and Owen Walter. 2-1 count here on the leadoff center fielder, Caleb Campbell. It's 2-1. Ground ball hit towards third. Scooped up easily by Kowalczyk. His throw to 1 on the money to Lessman. 1 down.
Nice and easy. That's how you want it to go.
And we saw the glove ability of this Penn State Fayette defense back in game number 1. The throws. That is really what killed them in the error department. If they can fix that, and at least based on that throw they have, this is going to be a very competitive game.
And understanding what they're trying to do, I think it will be a good one.
So now with 1 down, here comes Larson. First pitch missing for ball 1. What a great throw across the diamond, just perfectly placed. Hammer sets and delivers. That time missing again.
Yeah, you're not going to get many bottom of the zone calls with a shorter umpire. It's tougher for them, it's easier for them to see the bottom of the zone.
So count now 2-0. And that'll miss for ball 3. In the on-deck circle for KSU Tusk is Jeremy Patchett moving up the order. 3 balls, no strikes on Cohen Larson. Hammer sets and delivers. And he will miss again upstairs for ball 4. With 1 down, we will have our first base runner of the afternoon in game number 2. And that'll set up Jeremy Patchett here. Of course, a big swing behind him. He likes to put the ball in play.
Yeah, and I imagine if you were KSU Tusk, you're going to be putting Larson in motion pretty early. Catcher didn't have a great pop during warm-ups, and knowing Hammer with that long arm swing, you're going to have a good little chance to get a jump.
And even that one, out of the stretch, it's still a elongated motion.
Yeah, if you get a good jump, you'll be able to grab it. That time he went on C.
Time it up again. Hammer nods twice. His 0-1. Swing and a miss from Patchett, quickly down on the count 0-2.
It's good work, changes timing.
If you get predictable as a pitcher, it is just going to be open season on the base path.
Yeah.
And I know in my travel days, we were told by the coaching staff, hey, pick up on the pitcher's cadences, understand how he operates. Throw back to 1, not in time. And from there, what I noticed, which it could just be a flash in the pan, but immediately, only 1 nod that time, then threw back. The first time, 2 nods after he comes set. So let's see if he does it here. 1, 2. He's throwing down. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's your cadence.
A little bit of a tip.
We'll see if that continues, though. But if it does, all of a sudden, once you see that second tip, get an extra lead and go.
Yeah.
That remains 0-2 on Patchett as well. And this is the 3rd hitter of the inning. This will be pitch number 12 with only 1 down.
Going.
1, 2. And then he throws back. He changed his cadence, and it works out perfectly. Throw back to 1 is not going to be in time, but that's how you sell it if you were Josh Hammer.
Yeah.
He changed it up, and that was a perfect rendition of it. I think if that was your pitcher, Bryce, you'd be pretty pleased with what he did just there.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. It was good execution. Now that's really bad execution on the rundown portion.
And a lot of that was the first baseman not being able to get back and play. Maybe your right fielder crashes down, but of course not in a spot to do that here. Count remains 0-2 on Patchett. And he will take down low for ball 1. But Hammer having a battle early on here for Penn State Fayette. And this is where baseball becomes a chess match. And arguably, that is when the sport is at its finest.
Yeah, I put him in motion right here.
We'll see if he does go. He doesn't. The 1-2. Again, low, and we are even.
Yeah.
From your steal, do you like direct, hop, go, delay? What do you want to see, just direct?
Yeah, I'm going to direct still. There's no point to play any games about it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Hammer nodding once and delivering. Ground ball left side, hit towards third. Bobbled over at 3. The throw to 1 is in time. They got him for out number 2. An excellent recovery over at third by Lessman, or rather, by Kowalczyk.
Yeah, and if you're Larson there, you got to recognize that because he took that a really soft turn there. There was nobody on the bag. You got to force the issue there, especially knowing that the chance of the first baseman making that throw all the way across is going to be a tough one for Lessman.
But that at-bat not necessarily in vain, as that will put the opening run in scoring position for Schofield. Schofield did close out the game on the mound earlier today. Was the DH in game number 1 and now is the right fielder. And a first pitch strike, 0-1 the count. And right now, 15 pitches for Hammer. If you're KSU Tusk, you want 20 plus per inning. At that point, he plays himself out of the game middle of the 5th.
Yeah.
If not before that.
Yeah, and the goal as a pitching staff is try to keep it 14 under. A lot of people say 15.
That one out wide, now 1-1 the count. As a coach, in a scenario like this, what's the max pitch that you want to see?
In terms of the inning count,
Just pitch count.
if he breaks 25 in an inning, I'm going to be very upset.
That time followed back, now 1-2 the count. And now an overall approach.
And
at this point in the season, game 6 versus game, it's not going to be game 16 for KSU Tusk because a lot of those games were fall ball, but my point being in early to mid-March.
yeah, I would still cap it at 90 like I was last game. That's just always kind of my thought and preference. There's a lot of research dating back to the 90s about breaking the 90 total number of pitches of 90 mark. It just increases the risk of injury.
That pitch missing low, now 2-2 the count.
Larson's playing games out here. Try to force the issue. I have a feeling if they try to back pick him, he's just going straight.
He might have to. He is a very crafty player all the way around for these Golden Eagles. Hammers 2-2. Tipped foul. And we will see pitch number 20.
Yeah, I had a guy pull this off in the summer last year. Catcher didn't have the best arm. He was probably 65 from the crouch. Guy got out intentionally to about middle. They tried to back pick it. He just kept going straight through. Got third easy.
You just have to know your situation. The 2-2 again, and we are full as this one is in the dirt. And the on-deck circle for the Golden Eagles, it is Jagger Rutherford, the designated hitter, Caught game number 1. This will be pitch number 21 of the inning for Hammer. Full count, 3-2 on Schofield. And there is strike 3 looking, and the side is retired. Perfectly placed by Josh Hammer as he gets his first punch out of the afternoon. And the inning is over. No damage done by the Golden Eagle offense in the opening frame. Through 1, honors even, 0-0 on SmeeSports. Welcome back to Conotton Valley High School No Score through 1 on SmeeSports as you are watching college baseball. In talking about pitch count, Bryce, Kent so far, 7 pitches, now 8.
Yeah, he's staying in rhythm early and often. Get in there. Don't let them dictate the pace of the game. You attack the zone. If they get a knock, so what?
The 1-0. Hard grounder hit towards second. Maine picks it up on the backhand. His throw to patch it is in plenty of time. 1 up, 1 down. And that is on 2 pitches.
Efficiency. Peak efficiency.
4 up, 4 down, 1 punch out so far for Kent.
If he can make it through 2 under 20, that's going to be phenomenal.
And we were talking about it during the break. To go to your 90, if that was the end-all, be-all, rounding up, you have 13 pitches per inning. So he can get up to 26 here and be on pace. And that would still be another 17 pitches.
Yeah.
First pitch in there for strike 1. So now in the 5 spot, that'll bring up Andy Stitch. That pitch now low, 1-1 the count. And are we going to see this factor into the approach of Penn State Fayette, the pitch count? Or should it?
I mean, it should. I don't know how much it will come into play. I mean, you want to extend some at-bats, be a little bit smarter, but the goal is to get runs. If you get a pitch that you can put a little bit of giddy up into, you're going to do it.
I'm saying, are we more selective at this point, just given how quick that first inning went?
Yeah, you're going to be selective, but like I tell my guys, if somebody gives you a cookie, you're not going to turn away the cookie.
Neither of us would.
I wouldn't. I'd eat that
Same
cookie.
here. Even a soft cookie?
Yeah, as long as it's not a sugar cookie. I hate sugar cookies.
Understandable.
They're the worst.
Here's the 2-2 from Kent. Thought about it, but left it in the end, and we are full. Now, the Spritz cookies at Christmas time. Don't like those either.
The little green ones?
No.
Oh, they're horrible.
Yes.
My mom makes those, and she's like, you want one? I'm like, no, they're terrible.
I agree. Full count 3-2. The payoff pitch from Kent. And it's lined down the left field line, and, hey, it bounces right in front of us.
I would have had that.
The third base coach just told you no, Bryce. This is the joy of being right here. I love it. I absolutely love that from him. The payoff again. And it's just going to miss the plate. There is ball 4.
He hasn't seen me in the coach's box. I got cat-like reflexes.
We're going to see it, hopefully. I'm hoping John puts you at Massillon Jackson for the Tim Lally Memorial Diamond League Tournament. AOA is also technically acceptable as the box is finished.
I'm hoping North Royalton.
I don't think they're going to open up the box for me. Who knows? First pitch of this at bat in the dirt for ball 1.
I like their field.
I don't think they use Royalton, though.
Yeah, they do. They got it this year because of the change in team sports tournaments, selling their tournaments to Basel at Perfect Game.
In time, back to 1, it's high, and he is safe. A nice bit of effort there from Napton, legging it out, and that will avoid the double play, but a nice fielder's choice there. 2 down in the top of the second.
Yeah, rough one there from Walter. You got to understand, you got to clear the outside. You got to get to the outside half of the bag.
We do apologize again for some technical difficulties that we are having right now. We should be back and ready to go.
Wi-Fi, man. Who invented it?
First pitch fouled back. 0-1 the count.
Actually, I think it was no, that's Bluetooth.
But going back to the field, she said crushers. I know that NMC is going to be using in the WRCL.
Yeah, well, T3 uses crushers the most because they have a partnership.
This one popped up off towards the right side and out of play.
T3 has a partnership because the
facility's right next to it.
Yeah, it's something to do with the land. I can't remember. I was talking to, who was it? Meslick one time about it.
Makes sense. 0-2 count here. This will be pitch number 22 for Kent today, and it's fouled back again.
Really stiff swing there, really defensive.
So we talked about being allowed to throw 19 this inning and still be on track. He's testing it.
Yeah, he's getting close. But it fluctuates per inning, so you can still find a way to stay on pace.
Count remains 0-2. Kent, the pitch, in the dirt. Count now 1-2.
Good block there from Bohannon.
And I think you and I both want to see him back at the plate.
Yeah, that's what I'm interested in.
And good news, he would be in the hole at some point in this inning. He'll be on deck later on, but still. The 1-2 popped up. This one should be playable. It'll fall to Patchett, and the inning is over. No mound in the way this time.
Yeah, it's way easier when you don't have a giant hill attacking you. By the way, I did confirm that Tropicana is the only MLB field with a on-field mound still.
Wow. Good on you for that one. Middle of 2 here in Bowerston. No score on SmeeSports. Welcome back to Bowerston, Ohio. No score as we enter the bottom of the second inning. Leading things off here for KSU Tusk, Jagger Ruther, as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. Once again, I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me today, Bryce Fisher. Fun day for baseball. Not a fun day to be feeling under the weather for either of us.
I mean, I'm not under the weather because I don't believe in getting sick. So
We traded places. You were not doing great yesterday, and now
not
great.
I was fine. It was just I don't know. I was coughing up green eggs and ham.
And I guess I wanted to give you a vocal rendition of that for some reason.
Yeah, it's just
We're
you
still
know,
thriving here, though. We're still thriving.
Just call me Sam I Am.
Ham's 1-0 is drilled into deep center field. This one has a chance, and it'll be caught on the warning track. A nice catch out in straightaway center by Stitch. 1 down.
Good job.
And I'm sure that's where you give the tip of the cap if you are Josh Hammer.
Yep. That ball was very well hit. Good job by Stitch to flip his hips back.
He tracked it quite well.
Yeah.
A Jackson Bulls-esque play out there.
Yeah, that one's tough because you got the wind pushing against it. It came off a righty's bat, so it's going to try to tail to his glove side, but the wind's pushing it to his arm side. It's a tough one.
And here comes Alex Byers, the left fielder, stepping in for the first time in the series. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1.
So I'm curious. He's wearing 24 underneath a jersey that has number 4 on it.
Interesting.
Because I could see the 24 underneath of it.
But you look at that high school he went to, Bryce. You're thinking pro athletes. DeMatha Catholic. That's one you think of.
Yeah.
I know at least football-wise a powerhouse.
Yeah, they produce a lot of talent out there.
So a good sign to see that school listed on the KSU Tusk roster. Hammers 2-0. Skips in for ball 3. In the on-deck circle getting ready is Braden May, and then in the hole, Wyatt Bohannon. And I'm sure he wants to go 2 for 2 in the home run department.
Yeah, I think he just wants to keep racking them up.
No better time than now.
Don't disagree.
This KSU Tusk team, a revival happening in Tuskegee County, and a great drive here right through the gap. It is Braden Main, a single into center field. And with 1 down, KSU Tusk has their first hit of the game and the first hit overall for either team.
Yeah, that ball was absolutely roped.
A beautiful, just simple stride there from Braden Main. And was that a 3-0 count?
I believe it was that, and that ball was very well hit.
That's the best aggression that we have seen from this KSU Tusk offense all day. The 3-0 green light, that shows your coaching staff has some confidence in you.
Yeah, and that's controlled aggression. That's not out of control. It was very controlled, understood what his goal was, did it really well there.
And he is aboard as that'll bring up. Oh, actually, here comes Maine. That was Byers with a single. First pitch. A late strike call. 0-1 the count. So Byers over at first base again. We talked about DeMantha Catholic, Bryce, representing it quite well.
Yeah.
And now it's B-Main's turn to represent. Hammers 0-1. Skipping on in. And looking at Braden Maine. Where'd he go?
Martin's Ferry. Never heard of it.
Well, he was a smaller school in Ohio somewhere.
Somewhere.
Don't quote me. I feel like that's like a Toledo-esque school. Could be completely wrong. Or it's around here.
I have zero idea.
I am not an Atlas. Runner goes 1-1. Tipped foul.
I don't know what an Atlas is.
All right, Bryce, pull out your phone. Let's Google Martin's Ferry.
I'll do it. Let's see.
I'm trying not to touch my phone so the internet doesn't go down again.
Oh, it's almost in Wheeling, West Virginia.
Oh, so complete opposite way.
Yeah.
So not probably too far away from here.
Yeah, it's 36 miles.
The 1-2 blocked.
It's about an hour.
Count now even. So I think if you look at Ohio in a quadrant, I went top left. They're bottom right.
Yeah,
Couldn't be further from it.
Yeah, they're due east of Athens.
Little hike.
Just a tad.
Count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Maine with 1 down. Hammer sets and delivers. Maine ground ball hit towards short. This could be 2. Bobbled. They will get the out at 2, but not at 1. It's a fielder's choice as they get the lead runner 2 down. But still a positive play for this Penn State Fayette defense.
Yeah, you take that all day. A slight mistake, getting off the tip of the glove, but handling it well. He just got a little bit stuck on his heels. Keep your feet going. You say always have a gas pedal on the left foot. As you step into that ball, you roll onto the gas pedal, gets your momentum going in the right direction.
And here comes the big man, Wyatt Bohannon. Had a 2-run bomb in the last game in the bottom of the 6th inning. And he wants Lightning to strike twice here in Bowerston. But first, a throwback from Hammer. Right now, pitch down at 32. So averaging 16 per inning. So a little rich for his standards. And for your metric as well, Bryce. First pitch to Bohannon is a passed ball. And that'll put the opening run in scoring position for the Golden Eagles. You got to read the down angle, and that's exactly what they saw. And, well, Beeman took advantage.
Yep, perfect. If you're a catcher right there, though, you got to be helping your pitcher out. Can't go off the glove.
Obviously, Bohannon wants the home run, which, of course, is the easy solution here. But look at the depth of the outfield, Bryce.
They're playing back.
Drop one in, and you are going to score Maine. Swing at a hefty cut. 1-1 the counts. Yeah, I do not think he wants to settle for anything less than a moonshot.
I don't hate it.
This team is getting a lot more aggressive in this game, and that can really help them. I mean, early on they didn't score, but still, Hammer, a solid pitcher. He knows the area, and he's doing a great job settling in. But, of course, this is his Everest so far. The 1-1. Another passed ball. So 2 in the opening 3 pitches of the at-bats. Of course, Bohannon, he is the threat, but all of a sudden, now the threat becomes another passed ball.
Yeah, you can't let that happen as a catcher. You got to be there for your pitcher. You got to be able to help him out.
And having 2 run condition cards, that is huge. You could score with a single, or you could score realistically with a passed ball. And if I'm Maine, I'm getting a solid secondary down this third base line. Count sits at 2-1. Hammer's pitch. Swing and a miss, and we are even.
It's a good hack.
And if I'm Bohannon, even if I swing and a miss this next one, I'm running. We've seen a couple of pass balls. There's no guarantee it is going to be caught by the catcher.
Yeah.
You got to be active, and you got to be thinking, okay, even if I miss, I got to go until I'm told otherwise. Here's the 2-2, and a good drive. It is down the line and left, and it's an RBI single for Wyatt Bohannon. And he's going to get more as it scoots past the left fielder. Bohannon cruising into second base, and he is in standing. KSU Tusk on the board first in game number 2.
That can't happen.
But a beautiful drive again. So much power from Wyatt Bohannon. He has been a fun player to watch today, Bryce.
Yeah, he has.
So my question is, will that be ruled a double, or is that going to be an RBI single advance on an error?
That's a single advance on an error. He was scoring no matter what.
I mean, on the board, they're not putting an error.
That's interesting.
So that is going to be an RBI double until otherwise stated.
We got pinch runner Caden Camphurst, too. Or courtesy runner.
And another near pass ball. That time a good block behind the dish by Reese. But a lot of that was set up from those pass balls. So you have to make sure you keep the ball in front of you. And we saw it with Diddy Farrell on Friday.
Yeah, 100%.
And once he settled in, even on Saturday, it got better. But
It's interesting.
Oh, of course. And so is our internet, which once again appears to be down.
Oh, great. It's even better.
Exactly. So 1-1 the count here. We appear to be back on the air here in a minute as that one is low, and it's a free pass here to third, and it's a loose ball. They're going to send him home, and he is going to score. Make it 2-0 KSU Tusk.
Mistakes, mistakes, mistakes. Can't let them happen.
Now a 2-1 count, but that one maybe the biggest mistake so far. The other ones didn't necessarily directly lead to runs.
Yeah, that can't happen.
The bases are clear. The pressure is off here for Owen Walter in the 9 spot. The 2-1. Again, low and in the dirt for ball 3. And as well, that was pitch 40 for Josh Hammer.
Yeah, pitch counts.
Now 41, actually. They just put it up.
Going up quickly.
He needs a strike here. Hammer's 3-1. A good drive into left field again, and it will fall. Yet another base knock this inning for KSU Tusk. Their bats have come alive. It's the 3rd hit of the 2nd inning. And back to the top we go. The bats are here.
Yeah, they're definitely here. They're alive.
I want to see a mound visit here for Penn State Fayette. Even if this is Reese just simply saying, hey, you got this, kid, to Hammer. Slow it down. We really haven't seen too many mound visits today, and I would feel like even more so at the collegiate level, you see them more than you do at the high school level.
Yeah,
because the catchers have that control. Usually in the high school level, it's, hey, you really can't go out there all too much unless your head coach says so, which, at least at Holy Name, part of it was, hey, you make that decision. Other times, just depending on the coach, it was absolutely not. But I feel like this is when you say, hey, or just walking back the ball after a ball. Hey, you got this.
Something has to change.
First pitch low again for ball 1. The runner will go, and there is no contest. It's a free pass for Owen Walter.
That's a great read.
And, of course, being a part of that Hawking College team last year, a solid group, that really helped him get ready for this role here at KSU Tusk.
Yeah, they are a solid group. And the starting catcher now, Gavin McCauley at Hawking College, went to Glen Oak. Great dude.
And there's a chance that we'll see them later on this season against Tri-C, as that is probably your either 1 versus 2 or 1 versus 3 battle, depending on what C-Max can do over at Bryant and Stratton. Fly ball sent shallowly into right field. And the catch is made off balance, and the side is retired. Nearly a big mistake, but Visha is able to catch up to it, and that'll put an end to the bleeding. KSU Tusk able to plate 2 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. As we head off to the 3rd inning, it is the Golden Eagles on top on SmeeSports. Leading things off here in the top of the third inning for Penn State Fayette is the catcher, Jaden Reese, as we welcome you back to Conotton Valley High School. First pitch of the frame from Kent is in there for strike one. 0-1 the count.
It's a good pitch. And you worry about after a long inning like that, is Kent going to get a little bit cold, be a little bit rusty? No, back to firing.
And Kent right away, back-to-back strikes, quickly up in the count 0-2.
Don't change a thing. Throw the same pitch.
It is Reese, Mara, and Weber this inning, 8, 9, and 1. The 0-2 hit foul down the left field line. Would you have gotten that one, Bryce?
I 100% had that one.
And yes, our third base coach over here does concur.
Yeah, I'm quick.
He backs you this time.
Yeah.
The 0-2 again. Runs inside for ball one. And again, Bryce, just feeling the sun. This doesn't feel like March baseball at all.
No, but it feels great. I mean, it feels like March baseball when I go to Georgia.
Exactly. The sun is really beating down. It feels almost like a summer game.
Yeah.
Which is impressive for Northeast Ohio. The 2-2 from Kent. Again, low, and we are full.
Shout out Buford in Georgia. Beautiful school. And they've got a full video board in the outfield. They've got 2 of them, actually is.
I believe AOA now has one, too.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
The payoff pitch from Kent, up high for ball 4 and lost him. Was up 0-2, and you said don't change a thing. He did the opposite.
Yeah, he got a little bit cute.
The leadoff man is aboard. Pitch count 31 right now for Kent, so not necessarily in a bad spot.
Not at all. We got a courtesy runner.
For the catcher. And again, if we're looking at that 13-ish pitches per inning, he currently has 8 pitches to get out of this to stay on schedule. Which, of course, is not the end-all, be-all, where, hey, if you overuse your pitches, you're penalized or anything. It's just good practice to kind of keep yourself in and around that number.
Yeah.
I think 45 or 46 through 3 would be okay, too.
100%. I mean, you could push the limits. It's not like it's the end of the world.
And as this is the last game of the series, Cole could realistically go to his bullpen and say, hey, 2 guys are going to throw, especially if the offense blows this game open. He might say, hey, you know what? The hard part's done. Let's get some guys some innings in a competitive standing here in some controlled weather, and let's see what they can do.
Yeah.
And I would not hate that. The 0-1. Bunt shown. He went. Back pick is in time. They got him. What a throw from behind the dish for Bohannon. His day just gets better and better.
What in the world?
I mean, that was just perfect timing from Wyatt Bohannon. And an 0-2 count here. Kent a chance to get the strikeout. And he does. What a 2-pitch sequence for KSU's defense. 2 down quickly. And that'll help keep them on schedule.
That just can't happen. You can't get picked off at first base.
On a back pick.
On a back pick.
And back to the top we go as it is going to ring out from the KSU Tuscarawas dugout. Now an 0-1 count. And that was pitch 35 for Kent, so in a really good spot right now. And quickly up in the count 0-2. Can he finish this time? That's the key.
Yeah, I think he goes front door breaking ball.
I'm going to say he goes low in the dirt.
No.
Nope.
Fastball up.
I don't hate that one either. That is one as a catcher that I would like to call quite a lot.
Yeah.
And looking back, I probably got to the point where it was too predictable. Just doing some self-reflection with that. The 1-2. That time he goes low, and that time he gets a swing and a miss, and the side is retired. Back-to-back punch-outs there for Bryce and Kent. He now has 3 today, and that'll send us to the bottom of the inning where we're going to keep it here. Well, my pitch would have worked. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, El Cambio. Change up. You can see the grip out of the hand. I don't know if they could see that at the batter's perspective, but I could see 3 fingers onto that ball. Really nice pitch there. Got a lot of dive. Down and in just over the bat.
And I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this as I kind of just gave my own thoughts. Now that you're a coach and now as well a broadcaster for baseball, is there anything from your game that you look back and say, hey, I should have done this better, and not, hey, I should have done this so I can go D1, but simple reflection, if that makes sense?
I should have done steroids.
Legal.
All right. I mean, I was like, for my size, being 5'10" and some change, 5'11" with shoes. I threw hard enough to get a Division II scholarship. Got Division I peaks, not really hard looks. But
From who? If you're willing to say.
Small, Richmond.
So A10?
Yeah, like small as you could get. Oakland gave me a couple looks.
Still impressive, though.
Mercyhurst technically was Division I when they looked at me.
Obviously, you're going to sell it short here, as that's just kind of who you are. But it's impressive to even get interest from a D1 like that. So
Yeah, I mean, like
I'm sure that has to be something that you look back and say, hey, I did that.
Yeah, there's bits and pieces to it. And then, I think I wish I would have taken care of my body more, the two injuries that I had.
I think that was pitch number 45 for Josh Hammer. And he will have Larson, Passion, and Schofield 2, 3, and 4 here in the inning. Swing and a miss, a hefty miss from Larson, and he is quickly down on the count 0-2.
I do wish I kept hitting, though. That is something I wish I did. As much as I hate running, I was a decent hitter.
Hammer trying to win this at-bat. Popped up right side and out of play.
There go the Golden Eagles.
They have been fun to watch off of the side today, I'm not going to lie.
It's been entertaining. They're horrible at their jobs, but it's been entertaining. Like, 19's not even going the right direction. Nor is 13.
And, I mean, that happens sometimes. The pitch, again, driven this time in play in a shallow right center field, and the play is made for out number 1.
It's one of those you got to remember the wind. It's going to kill the ball. Come in a little bit earlier.
And, of course, I think a lot of this defense understands the power that KSU Tusk has. But you have to play the deep guys deep, and the guys who can hit intermediate a little further up, which, of course, it can put you on the wrong end. But your first step always has to be back. You have to keep that in mind. But with Patchett, play more back, and that's exactly what they're going to do. And the first one, he will sky it up, and this one is going to carry foul.
It's interesting. So I'm not against saying that the first step's always back, but you go watch an MLB guy, it's less back and more open. It's always interesting how that kind of changes.
So, like, kind of like, if I'm like this, Bryce, and move that right foot back?
Yeah, you like a drop step as a DB or something like that to open your hips to be prepared to move back. It's just interesting to watch.
The 0-1 again pops up, and those Golden Eagles, they will have to find yet another baseball.
Like, for my team, I've kind of let them be open to it. You either take 2 steps back or you flip your hips and get prepared to go back.
Which is interesting because I've had a lot of coaches. I've never had a coach say that.
That's where I thought it was interesting in the time that I spent with the Rubber Ducks, just talking and picking some of their brains.
And they know a lot better than some of the guys. The 0-2 in the dirt for ball 1. But I'm sure there's a lot of things from your time playing that a coach said that you're thinking, I'm not going to teach my players that.
Yeah, I had a coach that he got fired after a year at a high school program because they went absolutely nuclear and destroyed themselves and were horrible.
Oh.
But he taught us to dig our glove into the dirt before picking up a ball that wasn't moving, and that was one of the dumbest things that I've ever been told in my life.
That's a new one.
Yeah, he was like, you should have a handful of dirt in your glove. And I was like, why?
The 2-2 is low, but did he offer? Not quite, and we are full. One side's not happy. The other is quite happy.
Yeah, my thing,
These guys are a riot today. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's low for ball 4.
as much as I agree with both sides, I hate the wording.
They called you out there.
I know. I hate the wording of the rule.
Explain it.
It's an attempt to strike the ball. How do you define an attempt to strike the ball? Because every time you check swing, you're making an attempt to strike the ball.
Isn't it just breaking the plane?
There's no specification on the plane. There's no specification. It's not like this is a swing, this is not. It's defined as an attempt to strike the ball.
Ground ball right side and foul. But Patchett is aboard with a well-earned walk, and that'll set up Cam Schofield here. But for the rule, I mean, any bit of the plate being covered, is that fair
Nope.
for an attempt?
There's nothing specified.
I'm asking you if you were to make the rule. Would you say if it's like over the plate?
Personally, when I would ump, I would go off of their back arm. I think if you get extension in your back arm, that's an attempt to strike the ball. If you're hitting extension, which isn't very hard, I mean, you're thinking about just clearing the plate to get extension. I think that classifies as an attempt to strike the ball. But it's so subjective. Like, you have so many umpires that disagree on what a swing is.
And, of course, with the rules continuing to change, next year, if you're here at Conotton Valley High School, assuming they are in compliance with the OHSAA rules, you're going to see not one, but 2 bags at first and just first, right?
Yep, just first.
I assumed it was. I don't think it'd be that weird to go with it, but still.
Yeah, it is going to be required as of next year. You have to have a solid white bag on the inside of the foul line in the field of play, and a bag that is either green, orange, or yellow.
And a good rope to the left side is through for a base knock. Patch it into second, and cruising into first is Schofield. After a leadoff fly out from Larson, 2 runners on, and that'll set up Jagger Ruther, the designated hitter, quite nicely. Another nice swing. I feel like the fluidity of the cuts that KSU Tusk has taken today has been quite nice.
They've been very comfortable. They haven't looked uncomfortable in the box, which might be pitch selection, whatever it may be, approach. I would like to see not get playful, but I want Penn State Fayette to get a little bit more creative with their pitch selection. Get this KSU Tusk team uncomfortable.
First pitch, right at the top of the zone, 0-1 the count.
It's a great pitch.
And to Hammer's credit, he really hasn't had bad placement today. The issue is a lot of just pitches have been fouled away. And that has put him in a bad spot here at pitch 59, which will be upcoming. But 58 right now through 2 1/3.
Yeah, he's filled it up nicely.
The 0-1, missing low, and we are even. But I know sometimes when that pitch count goes up, it's simply, hey, not a great day at the office. This is far from that.
Yeah.
As there will be some action here in the bullpen in a few moments for Penn State Fayette, as that is going to be Ashton Ray, the right fielder from a game ago. The 1-1 in there for strike 2. And, of course, again, we get the benefit of seeing the bullpen right here. More of just kind of a stretch and toss, it looks like.
Yeah. Getting warm rather than hot, per se. You know, some
Big difference.
programs, yeah, some programs use different phrasing.
So does the MLB The Show. Here's the 1-2 from Hammer, and a good ball up the middle, picked up at short. They will get the runner at second, but not at first. That'll put him at the corners here with 2 down. But a nice job again up the middle from Weber to get at least one of the 2. And here it comes as a catch here. It was my favorite time to shot in the first and third call. And again, the issue that I have with it, basically if you're as high up as you can in your body, guess what? It's probably going to be a throw-through. That was how the lineup at least went when I played. It was, I believe, in order, second, cut, third, I think. It's been a hot minute since I had to call first and thirds. Runner will go from first, and it's not going to matter as that one is fouled away.
I mean, a lot of people use different. I mean, we had a number system, and it was based on how many taps of the chest there were.
And there's obviously some stuff with it, but I think a lot of teams, hey, the second one you go with, the last one, I think ours was the first. And I can say that because my travel organization no longer exists.
Yeah,
Runner goes again, pops up, and out of play.
Oh, I thought it was going to hit the light. That would have been awesome.
Count now 0-2 here on Byers.
Yeah, I had the great honor of having a team that was so good last year that I would just yell out what our first and third was, and we still executed it. So
that's impressive.
Yeah, I'm going to have to fix that this year.
Oh, for sure.
Competition's increasing, but
here's the 0-2, and it's up high for ball 1.
It was really fun to just yell at Elliott, hey, get him at second, and 90% of the time he got him.
I'm excited to see your team play this summer.
It's fun.
Gotta love summer ball.
I am changing my steal sign, though, because last year I just told him to go.
Runner will go from first, and there's no contest. But a solid block behind the dish from Reese. And that was an issue going back to the last inning. The reason why it's 2-0, a lot of it was the pass ball. I think we had 3.
Yeah. And now he's getting onto his knees, blocking a little bit, getting a little bit more comfortable behind the dish.
He's settling in. Count 2-2 here. The pitch from Hammer, and it is weakly fouled away. That was pitch number 66 for Josh Hammer. And I think this is really the first time that, at least in my broadcast career, we have really followed the pitch count this heavily, but it's mattering right now.
Yeah, it's important. Pitch count plays a lot.
More than the average viewer would really think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Count still 2-2 here on Byers. And there it is, another pass ball, and that'll score Patchett from third. Make it 3-0 KSU Tusk, and here come the cheers from the dugouts. They're having a good old time over there.
Yeah, I mean, pitch count's a huge part of our summer. I mean, we have a lot. I have plenty of people on the bench, so I have a lot of people doing a lot of different tasks with pitch charting, tracking velos, whatever it may be, film, game changer. But with knowing that generally around 20 to 25 pitches, pitchers begin to get fatigued.
And on the payoff pitch, this one hit towards second. The throw to one is low, but it is in time. And the side is retired. A nice job by Viches to get the ball over there just in the nick of time to avoid a fourth run scoring through three. But one still does manage to score on a passed ball through three at Conotton Valley High School. It is 3-zip KSU Tusk on top of Penn State Fayette. Welcome back to Conotton Valley High School through three. It is Penn State Tuscarawas up 3-0 on Penn State Fayette as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. Leading things off this inning for Fayette is Lucas Viches. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 this frame as that pitch is hit nearly into the KSU dugout.
That ball sounded horrible.
Looking at the pitch count as we still have Ray warming up in the bullpen for Penn State Fayette. 39 pitches thus far for Bryce and Kent through a total of 3 innings of work.
It reminds me, using Driveline's pulse system, they established that about 20 to 25 pitches is when a pitcher really gets fatigued and you start to see a drop-off in velo. So in the summer, that's generally when I like my guys.
And this time, Patchett over towards the mound, able to avoid it and makes the play in foul territory for out number 1.
That's why I tell my catchers, like, hey, if we get to 20 pitches, you got to go talk to him, give him a breather. Or I'll even go out there and just chat with him a little bit, give him a breather, let him get a break, and then that way he's not as fatigued going into the back half.
And I'm sure having some time to rest is really important in between innings.
Yeah, it's very important. You like those long innings. Not too long, but you definitely like them long, as that's a strike there from Bryce and Kent.
And the spot that Penn State Fayette is at right now is really tough, where this Kent State defense is really doing a great job just getting through these innings quickly, all of a sudden forcing them to have to go back out there and pitch and work up the pitch count.
Yeah, they're forcing them to try to stay on board, keep up with them.
The 1-1 off the plate for ball 2. as well the next time that we will have KSU Tusk here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel, barring any weather concerns, will be on St. Patty's Day, March 17th, 11 a.m. and 1 a.m. as the softball team takes on Teal. Count out 2-2. That'll be a fun one. We do have the softball team a couple of times. A long play collab up at Tri-C.
There you go.
Kent's 2-2. In there for strike 3 looking. 2 down. Strikeout number 4 today for Bryce and Kent.
Yeah, I love to see it.
And that is the first one he has earned looking. 2 up, 2 down to begin the top of the 4th inning. And that'll bring up Mashioshi. Mashioshi, the DH this time out. 0-for-1 with a ground out to Maine over at second base. First pitch misses low for ball 1. And in comparison to yesterday, the defense of KSU Tusk today, a lot better. Only allowing 1 run so far when last time out it was 6 total. But a beautiful drive deep to right field and tracked down just before the warning track. An excellent effort out and right by Schofield as the side is retired, but a little bit more behind it, and that could have been Freebird.
Yeah, definitely, especially when the wind started to die down. That's your chance. Put a little giddy up into one, go Santa Maria.
And that would have been huge right there for Penn State Fayette, but just a bit short on the warning track. And just like that, we go back to KSU Tusk's offense, and we will have the call to the bullpen made here by Penn State Fayette. It'll be Ashton Ray on the bump when we return to Conotton Valley High School. Seven, 8, and 9 due up in the bottom of the 4th inning for Kent State Tuscarawas as they have a 3-0 lead on Penn State Fayette on SmeeSports. Ray's first pitch of his outing is in there for strike 1. But nearly 70 pitches today for Josh Hammer, a long outing through 3 innings. Just ran up the pitch count too much, and his day was done early.
Yeah, it was just one of those where you get too many pitches out there, you need to slow it down a little bit, stay in rhythm. Plus, I think some things didn't go exactly his way. There could have been a couple better situations for him, but you live and you learn.
The combination of run support for KSU Tusk and long innings, along with just short defensive ones, are really key. But a strong start here for the defense of Penn State Fayette. A deep-ranging play by the first baseman, Lessman, puts away Maine for out number 1.
Oh, catcher's interference.
Oh!
Catcher's owning it, too.
So change that. It'll be catcher's interference, and Maine is on to begin the 4th. But still a nice ranging play by Lessman over at first, even though it doesn't count.
Yeah.
So how is that scored?
Just catcher's interference. It's an error.
So E2, I guess.
Yep.
And that'll bring up Wyatt Bohannon. First pitch, it's off the catcher's glove. And that'll put run number 4 in scoring position for the Golden Eagles.
It's funny. At Tri-C, I was talking to Coach Diesel over there, who used to coach at Hoban. I was talking to him. Diddy was really far back. And I was like, why is he so far back? He's like, oh, he got catcher's interference when we were down in Florida or wherever they were. Hey, I think he's scared to get up in the box again. I was like, that's funny.
And honestly, I would have the same thing happen when it happened to me. I would get further back. I just wanted to make sure it didn't happen again. There were teams that would purposely swing more back to try and hit my glove. And the one purposely did it. That was Garrett Morgan, my freshman year of high school.
Well,
actually, because they threw the bat at me, there was a triple play to end the game. Bohannon a high sky this time, too much well underneath it. And the play is made for out number 1. But going back to it, it was a routine 6-4-3 double play in the field. But because the runner threw the bat at me, no. I think they got the runners at second and third, and then because of the interference, it made it where the inning was over, and that was the last inning of the game. So we walked it off, our first win of the season, with a triple play.
Wow. Shout out Coach Scott, by the way. Steven Scott. He just sent me I sound good. I haven't talked to him in forever. I think he coaches at McKinley still, but he coaches Warehouse Warcats. He works with Kerr.
Oh, very nice. And we'll see plenty of those Warcat teams this summer. A 1 count here on Owen Walter, the number 9 hitter. A single and a stolen base last time. Speaking of stolen bases, here comes an attempt. And it is a successful attempt here for KSU Tusk. B-Main is in there.
Yeah, real good job there from B-Main. Really good jump. Took it on the pitcher. That's one of those where you might need to give a double look. Throw a soft pick off, a little inside move. Nice and easy just to keep them true.
And again, these pass balls, this is where it could matter yet again. 0-2 the count on Owen Walter. Raised pitch. Well high for ball 1. And I want you to pay attention to Maine on your screen as he gets that secondary lead. Let's see if, as he stays at third base, if he gets more and more aggressive, which I would assume he does.
I would imagine trying to push the pace a little bit, force it. Plus, the more in the pitcher's eyesight you are, a little bit more he starts thinking about you. I mean, generally you're not going to see a pick off to third base, but he might.
And given the throwing errors today, you could force one if you do get in a rundown.
100%.
And a very, very light approach to it. He's going to be in no man's land, but what a catch over at second base. That's why he didn't commit. It's Vichez with the web gem for out number 2.
That's a great job.
We'll roll that one back.
Yeah, that was a heck of a play there.
Back-to-back putouts for Vichez over at second base. That one did the whole somersault. But you got to love this hustle from Penn State Fayette. And talking to the parents, obviously, a lot of it is, hey, it's impressive that your kids stayed amid the program going down next year. But they said the heart that they show, that's what makes it so fun to watch. And they're absolutely right.
Yeah. I mean, that was phenomenal effort from Vichez there.
And with a runner at third, if that one drops, Maine was off.
Yeah. He was going to be scoring.
And 0-1 count on Campbell as that one will miss. In the top of the 5th inning for Penn State, it is going to be Stitch, Napton, and Kowalczyk. That'll be 5, 6, and 7 for the Nittany Lions. Count even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Race pitch. And a good drive from Campbell into right center field. But this one is caught by Mara, and the inning is over. Lucas Vichez, a web gem. And now what? Is there another call for catcher's interference? Hold on a minute. Roll back the tape. Do we have that replay too, Bryce? Let's see. Because Maine would score. All right, Bryce, crouch in. Ooh, he is really close. He is really, really close. Hey, Coach Cole, he did the bench press signal to him. But I think, Bryce, you saw it. His hand was really far forward.
Yeah, he was definitely close, but I don't know if I've seen a catcher interference where a ball travels to the outfield. That had to be like the hit a lace, if anything. Maybe a little bit of dust on the glove he hit.
But this is a big call.
This is a huge call.
Maine does go back, so he won't score. It'll be back-to-back catcher's interferences. So is it a dead ball then if it is catcher's interference? Is that how it works? Because otherwise he did advance.
Yeah, it's kind of like a, I don't know how to, like maybe like a hit by pitch I would describe it.
Well, they're not put up as errors. It's 2 this inning from Reese along with a pass ball. But runners at the corners here for Cohen Larson. First pitch in there for strike 1. We said it at Tri-C, but it's so true again today here in Bowerston. It is not baseball season without an obscure call or two.
Yeah, you always need a weird one.
Never a dull moment covering this great sport. The 0-1. That time misses. Runner will go. Throw down a second is not in time, and Maine will easily take home. They get 4-0 Golden Eagles.
Good job on the delay steal.
And they are loving it again in the dugouts. What are your thoughts on the chance like that? I know Lakewood, one of the main teams that does it in NEO.
I'm big on it. We did it. I mean, we did the yes. I know Jackson's was probably the best. They would do the Sioux when they came in, and it was tough. It was definitely tough.
At first, when playing against it, I hated it, but now as a broadcaster, I love hearing it. It is one of the best sounds of the season.
Yeah.
The 2-1 misses upstairs for ball 3.
But when Carson Pastorius hit Jackson Bulls on the elbow and walked off the game against Jackson, we hit the Sioux in their face for the Federal League Championship in 2023.
I'm sure that one was fun. Rays 3-1.
It was a great time.
I was about to say, how is that not a strike? But there it is, the late call, and we are full.
I think Jackson's bat went 80 feet in the air.
I believe it.
It was comical.
So full count 3-2 here on Larson. Runner will go, and it hits him. Speaking of a hard 90. And that'll put runners at the corners yet again for Jeremy Patchett.
I was talking about this with I want to say his name is Spencer in Tri-C. He's part of the bullpen. I was talking to him about it because I knew a kid that if a guy was stealing, he would intentionally throw at the batter to try to hit him to negate the steal attempt.
Interesting.
It's the dumbest thing I've heard, but
and as well because that was a hit by a pitch.
that's a foul ball.
And that's a foul ball, you're right. But going back to it, because it was a hit by a pitch, I failed to put it back. It's a dead ball. He cannot advance.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why he would do it. He was like, if I don't hit him, it's going to be up and in anyway for my catcher to try to make a throw down. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's sound logic, but
that's a coach's nightmare for on-base percentage against.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just copping out of the scenario. That's a weird one. The 0-1 in there for strike 2.
Good pitch.
And I'll tell you what, you will always remember the first time that you have a foul ball because they hit your bat. And you will never allow it to happen again. Mine was with the Stingrays. It happened to me once, and I never allowed it to happen again.
Aiden Kerr did that and got a hit.
The 0-2 tipped foul.
It's catcher's interference. Or was it on the backswing?
On the backswing.
Okay.
Which the backswing, of course, irrelevant for that. It's just on the actual swing itself. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, even if he really cocks back the bat and kind of intentionally goes for it, it still is catcher's interference because it could just be an elongated swing.
Yeah, they can't deem it intentional.
Both runners in motion. The 0-2 swing and a miss. And the side is retired. A nice shot there by Ray, settling things down. But still, one run comes to pass for KSU Tusk. Through 4. It is the Golden Eagles up by 4 on SmeeSports. 3 innings left to go this afternoon at Conotton Valley High School. It is Penn State Tusk up 4-0 on Penn State Fayette on SmeeSports. First pitch of the inning is low, 1-0 the count. So far, a great outing for Bryce and Kent, 49 pitches.
Yeah, he's been really effective so far.
And he has just been so accurate. 1-1 count here, but he has been a fun pitcher to watch. He and Castillo both.
Yeah, they've absolutely shoved it. They're not same profiles, but they're very similar with that lower slot.
That time fouled back, now 1-2 the count. And of course, Castillo, part of that really big recruiting class from Coach Morazek, getting him Billman last year from Otterbein, a part of that Kent as well. Coach Cole did a great job balancing his recruitment. I will give him that. And the pitchers that he got are huge.
Yeah.
The 1-2. There it is, strike 3 looking, 1 down. Perfectly placed at the bottom of the zone. Punch out number 5 today for Bryce and Kent.
Yeah, great breaking ball there. Really good job. Let it start on the outer half. Let it come back over the plate. Clip the bottom of the zone. Great job.
And you look at the pitching today, it looks like your 1 and 2 are on the mound.
That's what it feels like.
Which I know a lot of teams, if there's a 4-game set, 3 and 4 will be your aces. And I think we saw it game 2 for Tri-C, JT Souden for Kellogg, and of course Gully for the tops.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting how you go about that when you have such a long series. When you decide to use your number 1 guy, when you decide to use your number 2.
And again, I feel like it really helps Coach Cole Morazek, knowing that his background is travel baseball, that he's used to playing in tournaments, having to manage his pitchers. Like, high school guys, yes, it matters, but in a tournament, you've seen it, I'm sure, you have to be really creative with how you make your rotation.
Yeah, I mean, depends. Like when I have POs traveling with me, I'm able to be a little bit more open. But if I have to be, whoa, holy crap.
4-pitch walk, and he is pretty happy with that one. It's Napton.
That bat went flying. You do have to get a little bit creative when you don't have as many arms.
Or in the college game where you can't add guys mid-season.
Yeah. Well, college, it gets crazy because if you don't have the guy in the right uniform or rostered correctly, you just forfeit the game.
What game was that? As that one is a hit by a pitch, so back-to-back free passes, and I don't know if that hit him. And Coach Cole, he is going to appeal it. I did not see that one, Bryce.
He's saying he swung.
Interesting.
Again, what's a swing? I don't.
Did he just say home plays this way? I think he just did. You know what? I like the thick skin of these umpires. They have let a lot go today, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
They're just letting them have fun. And I get this is the college level. I get it's competitive, but let them have fun.
100%.
And that was behind him, and it hit him. And now I think he says he moved into it, which he didn't. And the bases are loaded, and the tying run is at the plate. Ah, yes, it's baseball season, Bryce. Never a dull moment.
Yeah, this is a weird one right now.
It feels like we just entered the twilight zone.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened in the last 6 pitches, but it's gone very much awry.
No hits yet as well for Penn State Fayette. If their first hit ties up the game, that would be out of this world.
Pull a little Rocket City Trash Pandas action. Lose after giving up a no-hitter.
Holy Name beat Parma in their last year of existence when Parma no-hit Holy Name at BW. I was there for that game. It was one bad ball.
Yeah, Rocket City Trash Pandas, I think they're AAA affiliate of the Astros.
Pandas?
Yeah.
That just seems too fitting for the Astros.
They threw a combined no-hitter and still lost.
That is insane. It's a fun one, though.
I think it was in extras, too.
Kent trying to get back. That pitch off the plate.
It was like 7-5 or something ridiculous and no hits.
And if you kind of put your hand up to your ear, Bryce, you can hear some chatter from both dugouts now. Both are getting lively again.
That's good. That's what you need.
You need those crazy, lively dugouts. That's what you expect at the collegiate level. The 1-0 fouled back, now 1-1 the count. And I will say this, two gentlemen doing the scoreboard today from KSU Tusk. I don't even know if the pitch is delivered yet, and they have it correct on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. I really want to go take one of those baseballs, though.
Fight the urge, Bryce. Fight the urge. The 1-1. Missing for ball 2, and again, just looking over, it's up there.
Yep.
That might be your player of the game.
You could never have enough baseballs. Oh, the scoreboard guy?
Yeah.
100%. He's killing it.
So accurate. The 2-1. Ground ball hit towards short. This could be 2. They get the runner. No, they don't. It's high. And they're going to send home 2. It's a 2-run game. How about it for Penn State Fayette? Scrapping back in.
There you go. That's what you need. KSU Tusk makes a mistake, you capitalize. That's what you need.
And they're back within 2 with no hits.
And the top of the order coming up.
This is insane. So here comes Alex Weber. 2 strikeouts so far, but the parents saying he's due, and usually in baseball, it has a way of working out. First pitch low for ball 1, and you know, Bryce, I like being in the press box. I really do. We're covered. It's nice. There's power. But being with the fans sometimes, it gives you a new perspective of the game.
Hey, man, listen, we have power.
We do. That's very true.
It's just a little ways away.
Courtesy of the Penn State Fayette dugout.
Yeah.
But you get what I mean. It's nice being here in the actual atmosphere, and I'm sure you had a blast on Friday night with the Tri-C guys.
Oh, we had a great time. I probably can't talk about most of the things we talked about, but it was an absolute
I don't want
blast.
you to.
We actually talked about inventing a spittoon cup that's only for spitting seeds. And
Honestly, roll with it, Bryce. Roll with it.
I kind of liked it. And like machine washable, you can put it in your dishwasher, it washes it, and then you just have a spit cup for your seeds at all times.
Bryce Fisher, the inventor, ladies and gentlemen. 3 balls, no strikes. A chance to load up the bases again. And they will. No, they won't. It's late. The one gripe I do have with the officials today, Bryce, the home plate umpires, they have been really late on their strike calls on occasion.
Listen, man, they're old. It takes a while to get the energy to put his hand up.
And that one's clearly a ball, so the bases are loaded again.
Yeah, and we have James Dre getting warm in the pen for KSU Tusk.
And believe it or not, allowing no hits, the tying runs at second, and the go-ahead runs at first for Penn State Fayette without a hit. And I'm sure that trash panda game was like 1-0. I'm sure it was.
7-5.
What? How do you score 7 runs without a hit?
I think there was 9 errors.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Or so,
okay,
it was
okay.
something ridiculous.
We have 1 error here, just to put that in perspective. The bases loaded, a deep fly ball in the left center field. This one should bring in 1. The play is made in center. They will send the runner, and there will be
your runner on third do his job.
And now here comes Remington Lessman. A chance to tie this one up for Penn State Fayette. First pitch in there for strike 1. But the rockiest inning of the day for Kent State Tusk. And again, we are having internet issues.
Oh, of course.
Not so perfect time as that one is picked up over at second base. The throw to 1 is wide. It's not going to be there. And now we have a rundown.
Hold it, yeah.
And the bases are loaded again.
That was a great job. Who was that? Patchett to come off the bag and get that ball. Maine, you got to make that play. That gets you out of the inning there. But Patchett, good job. You need to make that throw to home, though. You get a chance to get him into a rundown, force him back to third base. You have a chance of getting out there if you play it right. A little bit of a sandlot action, pickle. Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
And there we go. We should be back here. Again, bases loaded, 2 down, 0-1 count. We do apologize for the technical difficulties as they are back now again. And hopefully that means we are good for now. So 4-3, bases loaded, tying runs at third, and a weak pop in a shallow center field. This one will be caught by Maine, and the side is retired. A big play made by the second baseman, and the inning is over, but Penn State Fayette, plating 3, are back within 1 without a hit. That's impressive.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. I mean, you got days where that just happens. Yeah, there are days that you probably don't do everything right, and it finds a way to work out.
And just like that, we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. A new ball game. It's a 1-run game on SmeeSports. The perspective here of KSU Tusk completely flipping as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning. 4-3 your score, and Bryce yet again, save for those in the back. We have no hits for Penn State Fayette.
Yeah, playing similar to Trash Pans versus Chattanooga Lookouts right now.
First pitch fouled back, 0-1 the
Hit
count.
the cart.
And it hit it! It hit the carts! It's Cam Schofield. He hit the cart moving. Perfect precision on the foul tip. That takes talent.
That should be, I don't know, that should be awesome.
Home run. Let him round the bases. The 0-1 gets well underneath it. Popped up towards the right side. The bullpen will clear. And Vichas is underneath it for out number 1. Plenty of room to roam from second base all the way out to the right field pen.
Yeah, really good job from Vichas. That reminds me of a Tommy Elfay type of play. All-Ohio player at Glen Oak.
How didn't you guys make it to the Final Four with all of these talents?
You know, I ask myself that all the time.
We'll leave it there, I think. First pitch in is a strike to Ruther. 0-1 the count. The momentum right now is with Penn State Fayette, Bryce. There is no way around that.
Oh, it's 100% with Penn State Fayette.
Who would have thought that would be the parting line just 15 minutes ago? And quickly 0-2 as that one is sent towards the trees.
Let's see.
Who is going to be on it from KSU Tusk?
Looks like it was the guy that was warming up.
I think it's going to be.
Going to be a team player.
We saw Billman a lot earlier doing that, as I believe he pitched yesterday.
And see, they're really bad at following the line.
The 0-2, a good drive into right field, but that one perfectly to Mara, and he has it for out number 2. Again, a lot of good contact on line drives into the outfield today, Bryce. But again, it's just going right to them.
Yeah, and now that the wind's died down, you got a chance to spray it across the yard, get it a little bit into the air, play a little bit of big fly ball, but nothing's happening. No love.
So 2 up, 2 down, and that'll bring up Alex Byers. A single and a ground out for him so far. First pitch in there for strike 1, and Ashton Ray coming out of the pen has done a great job for the Nittany Lions.
Yeah, he's done a really good job. He kind of throws like a player that I had on my roster last year, Matt Avila, going to Independence.
That time it'll skip in. And as well, for those wondering about the glitchy parts of the broadcast, but that still had audio, I believe once YouTube has a chance to piece this broadcast together, everything should be back in place. A couple of frames might be missing still, but it should be, for the most part, clear cut once the upload is done later on tonight. Just for those wondering if there was a certain spot in the game that you want to go back and watch, it should be fixed. We have had that happen in the past where YouTube upconverts, to kind of nerd out here. They upconvert the broadcast. By that, they piece things together. And as long as there was a bit rate at that time, they will be able to fill in the missing frames and create the full picture. Byers a high pop-up off towards the right side, maybe playable for Reese. Instead, it'll trail on out of play
And it'll go on the first of two big hills. Count remains 1-2.
It's really interesting how we're kind of in like a bowl between two hills. I have
Very
a feeling
true.
that lefties just despise hitting here because I have a feeling the wind always blows in from right field.
And
they
I
can
don't see the cows
never-
anymore, Bryce.
No,
It's a sad day here at Conotton Valley High School.
it is. I'll probably see another cow while driving home though.
Oh, for sure.
Walking his bowl like it's Moo Moo Meadows or something in Mario Kart.
Here's the 1-2 from Ray, and it is in there for strike three, and the side is retired. Did he even call it?
He did not. I think he just decided that since Byers knew it was a strike and everyone else on the face of the earth knew it was a strike that he would just let it go.
Strikeout number 2 today for Ashton Ray, and the Golden Eagles will go in order. We'll watch it back on the replay. I mean, a pretty clear-cut strike.
Yeah,
You never called it.
umpire just I don't know, he's thinking about dinner or something.
He said, you know what, use your imagination there. To the 6th inning we go. The Nittany Lions trying to rally back against KSU Tusk. Well, welcome back to Conotton Valley High School. 4-3 your score. KSU Tusk hanging on here. An interesting game, to say the least, today, Bryce. It's a one-run game, 4-3. And we are yet to see a hit from Penn State Fayette.
Yeah, you know, that happens sometimes.
Ken, for all intents and purposes, a no-hitter through 5, which is just really weird.
Now that I think about it, we had a game in the summer that we almost got no hit and won, but we ended up getting a hit.
And losing?
No, we won, but it got really chippy actually. The pitcher threw 148 pitches.
In 7 innings?
Yeah, after throwing 98 the day before.
That is insane. The 2-1.
He was shoving though.
There it is. It's going to be a ball. That time the scoreboard did not have it up quickly. Here comes Kent's 3-1. Swing and a miss. We are full. If we're playing the overarching game right now, just looking at this game as a whole, right now, KSU Tusk needs 6 outs to get the win. Here's the payoff pitch, and it is going to be in there for strike 3 looking.
Wow.
1 down.
That was a great frame for Bohannon. I don't know if that was exactly there, but he stuck that beautifully. That was a real nice frame.
6th strikeout of the game for Bryce and Kent.
Gave me Yadier Molina vibes with that one. Going from the 2-knee stance to the 1-knee stick.
And Kent continues to find the strike zone again.
Bohan is looking buttery right now on that stick.
And it has to be good. Umpires, they aren't fooled easily with it. I know some umps are saying, okay, you are allowed to stick it or frame it. Others are saying, yeah, nice track catch. I've had an ump say that to me.
We had an ump that told my catcher to stop doing that.
Yes, I had the same thing. I told my coach, he told me to stop doing my job.
Yeah, I was like,
My coach told me to keep framing anyway.
I told him I don't care.
It was a really weird one, too. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Kent. Chopped down the third base line, and this one is going to die in the infield, and the tying run is aboard in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, looked like he got caught up in between the bag. Wasn't sure if he wanted to go for that one. It's another error there.
Error number 3 on KSU Tusk here in game number 2. None yet on Penn State Fayette. And all of the offense of KSU Tusk in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings. None in the 5th, and obviously we'll have to see what happens in the 6th. First pitch in there for strike 1. Kent still trying to battle out of this. KSU Tusk, though, they need to find these outs quickly. Kent at 83 pitches. He will probably not come on to pitch the 7th.
I can't imagine he does.
Swing and a miss, now 0-2. Yeah, 0-2. The board just did not have either one.
Maybe they have Wi-Fi issues too.
Never know. The 0-2. Just off the plate for ball 1.
Good stick.
A close one from YB Hannon behind the dish, and he has had a solid game.
Yeah, he's got patient
solid doubleheader.
hands. Yeah. He's got real patient hands back there. Very late, works through it nicely.
And that's what you want from your catcher. The 1-2. In there for strike 3 looking, 2 down. Punch out number 7 today for Bryce and Kent. And it is the second one looking of the inning. If you're Penn State Fayette, do you send the runner in motion at all? You try to create something here artificially.
I don't think you do. We got a pinch hit here from Hunter Smiley.
And Smiley, a good drive down the left field line. This one has a chance to get down, and it will in the corner. It's the first hit of the game for Penn State Fayette, and they will hold the runner at 3rd. Put 2 runners in scoring position, and all of a sudden, the Nittany Lions are knocking on the door.
And they got a hit.
It only took 5 2/3 innings, but they got it.
They got a hit.
And that was Smiley. I'm going to bring up Reese now, the catcher, and time is called, and most likely, I'm going to assume this is the call to the bullpen.
I would imagine.
But what a swing there at a pivotal time for Penn State Fayette. And as well, if they end up coming back to win this game, you have to put a lot of this on Ashton Ray's pitching.
Yeah, he's done a great job of keeping him into this game.
So we'll see here, potentially Coach Cole just buying time, as it's kind of an inverted setup. When he goes out, it's usually a mound visit. But when one of his assistants do, that's when the pitching change is made. And it is going to be the same way here.
Yeah, sometimes just a little bit too fired up. You don't want to say anything you don't mean to your guys, so you send out the assistant coach to pull them. Occasionally, you got to pull them when it's gone very, very wrong and it's very much in the drain.
And I also don't mind it because if that's the rotation, you as the head coach can say what you want to your pitcher. It's not going to be delegation.
Yeah.
Not that it's a bad thing, but you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I understand it.
So I believe this is going to be Mara. And he will show buns, and he will follow through.
He's got to get it down before he starts running. Get the bunt down first. If you lay down a good bunt, you'll probably be safe 80% of the time.
So 0 on the count on Mara. Carisha on an error his last time up. And he is back to swinging, fouling that one away. And he is down 0-2. Kent needs to get out of the jam here. At pitch 89, we saw it for Castillo in the 6th inning last time. Is it going to be Groundhog Day for the Golden Eagles? Not quite. That one's in the dirt. And Kent will reach the 90s. This upcoming pitch will be 91 today for Kent. This one has to be good. And it's a good drive into left field. It has a chance, and it is going to get down! Penn State Fayette has taken the lead, scoring 2. It's an RBI double, maybe a triple here for Mara, and it will be a 2 RBI double as he is out at 3rd and the side is retired. But Penn State Fayette is on top for the first time today.
There you go. That's
Gunning
huge.
for win number 1 this season, and they now are in the driver's seat. It's 5 unanswered.
That's big time there from Penn State Fayette. What a hit from Mara. That's what you needed. You get a slip out there in left field. Hey, you never know what's going to happen.
We got a new ball game here, Bryce.
Yeah.
Heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. How about those Nittany Lions? James Franklin, he could have used this. It's the Nittany Lions up by 1 on SmeeSports. out of nowhere, the dynamic has changed, Bryce. It's Penn State Fayette 5, Kent State Tusk 4.
Yeah, big time.
And now the Golden Eagles are down to their final 6 outs. And the first pitch will skip to the backstop. But looking at that scoreboard, 2 hits, only 6 combined, 4 for KSU Tusk in this game. And we have the same amount of runs combined. It was 8-1 last time, now 5-4. Ray can't get that one to go either. Now 2-0 the count. But last year, Penn State Fayette 4-34. They haven't won a game in over a year. I believe 378 days is the fact we were given.
That's just absurd. That's
if they win today, that is going to be one rowdy bus going back to Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah, I would imagine. I would imagine it would be similar to Alliance's bus last night.
For sure. Pop towards the right side. The bullpen catcher can't make the play.
Disappointed in him.
And it is Billman warming up to come in for Kent State.
They've had a couple different guys warm up. I believe it's the third. I thought 19, James Dre was going to come in. I know they had, I want to say it was 29 was playing catch at one point.
And again, Billman is the Otterbein transfer.
That's
2-2 chopped foul. Or actually, it is catcher's interference. The third time today. And back-to-back times against Maine.
Yeah. Which I know Maine's back in the box, but you got to recognize that as a catcher and scoot back a little bit.
So now here comes Wyatt Bochanan. Flashback to the last bottom of the 6th inning, Bryce. Fill us in.
Sorry, I'm seeing if they're pulling out the catcher. Curious to see how this happens.
But to answer my own question, the 2-run bomb.
Yeah, sorry. I was, distracted. Yeah, last game, 6th inning, absolute tater. I mean, there was no doubt about it. It was a deep one, probably into the crick over there. Crick or creek? What type of man are you?
I'm from Cleveland. It's creek.
You're weird. It's a crick.
I forgot you're in this kind of Stark down Tuskegee County area that calls it crick. Which I will give me credit going back to the game that we saw Indian Creek and girls basketball. I did ask if they were going to call it Indian Crick. You got to give me credit for that one.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, that school is Indian Creek, Bryce.
Yeah, I mean, it's what they're named, so I don't disagree. But, I mean,
why crick?
It sounds better. A creak is the sound that your floorboards make.
I can't believe I'm learning phonics from you. Is phonics the right even term for it?
I have zero idea. I don't know what that means.
It's an anomaly.
I think you don't understand that I'm legally dumb.
Now, baseball, you're an AP student.
Yeah, it's because I don't pay attention in school because I pay attention to baseball.
Bohannon fouls that one off. 0-1 the count. Again, Penn State Fayette, a strong couple of innings, plating 5 in the last 2. Kent State, a 0 last time out.
I think it was Ben Simmons who said I went to LSU to play basketball, not play school.
And now he's playing fishing.
No, he's making a comeback, didn't you see? He's coming back, man.
I'm not buying into that.
I'm not either, but you never know.
Count 1-1 here on Bohannon. Ray sets and deals. And a good drive deep to left center field. Bohannon has done it again!
And the splash! We got a little San Francisco Giants action with the splash there.
For back-to-back bottom of the 6th innings, it's Wyatt Bochanan, a Golden Eagle hero.
What a hitter.
It's Groundhog Day in Bowerston. Watch it back on the replay, Bryce. Boom.
You see the splash? Oh, yeah, you can.
He has 3 of the now 6 runs today.
Man, what a swing.
I'm stunned.
He's got a beautiful swing.
And now the pressure is back on the Nittany Lions. I'm shocked. And given our delay, Bryce, we're about to get it back on our live feed.
We got Ashcraft batting.
And as well, I want to put this in perspective, Bryce. If you're watching the game right now, by the time that we're talking, you have not seen the home run yet.
Yeah. Hey, we got, hold on. Nathan Ashcraft batting for Walter here. He's from Beaver Creek, Ohio. After Bohannon just hit it into the creek. That was clever.
Creek.
All right. Whatever.
I'm taking that away from you.
That's fine.
But here comes Mason Ashcraft, and Bohannon again is going to be a tough act to follow.
Yeah, I mean, that's a difficult one. Because he hits bombs.
Truly does. The base is clear, nobody outs, and it is Kent State Tusk back up by 1. And that'll be a strike.
It's called a job title.
And again, most times when a catcher does drop it, it's going to be called a ball.
Yeah, generally speaking. Good umpires recognize it, but some don't.
And quickly 0-2 the count on Mason Ashcraft. Ashcraft trying to get on here, and nobody down. Bottom of the 6th. KSU up by 1. And a hard hit grounder up towards second. The throw to 1 in plenty of time. 1 down. And again, it is Viches who has been the strongest defender in game number 2 for Penn State Fayette.
Yeah, he's been very solid. Wasn't bad at third base either. Had a couple throwing mistakes, but he was gloving everything.
And back to the top of the order we go here for KSU Tusk with Caleb Campbell. And still warming up in the bullpen for KSU Tusk is Brendan Billman. Campbell takes up high for ball 1. But a fun game number 2 this afternoon. Obviously, this one a lot closer than game number 1. And I would say because of it, Bryce, a lot more entertaining.
Yeah. It's been a much better game. It's been very competitive.
The difference is, in game number 1, it was over pretty much from the start.
Yeah, and I mean...
And to be fair, this one, at some point, and really from the second inning forward, it felt that way.
Yeah, but Castillo made that game feel out of reach the entire time.
The difference this time was that one inning that got away and bled over.
Yeah.
But Kent State able to right the ship for now, up by 1. But they definitely want at least one more run for insurance, and they kind of need it. The 3-0. Misses high for ball 4, and it is a walk for Caleb Campbell.
That was a close one.
And that'll set up Cohen Larson.
Let's see if the catcher signals that he had that as a strike to his coach. I know my catchers do. If they think it was a strike on a ball call, they take their glove off and look at me, which I always appreciate. And then I get to yell at the umpire even more.
How many times are you ejected per season?
Not often. I just get warned a lot.
First pitch in there for a strike from Ray.
I just get a lot of warnings. They tell me I'm on the edge, and I'm like, am I though?
So far in this game, Larson, a walk, a hard 90, and a fly out to right. But had a really strong opening game today.
Yeah, he's had a good 2 games. He's been very solid.
Another throwback, another one not in time. But I do appreciate them working on that side. But as things stand, Wyatt Bohannon, he is the hero for KSU Tusk. Runner will go. It's a low pitch, and Campbell is easily into second. So an insurance run now in scoring position for the Golden Eagles. And those are the plays that'll really allow them to, once again, pull away.
Yeah. Gives them the opportunity here. Get base knock, a little double.
1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Viches again. He will throw to 1. On the money again. 2 down. Well, that'll put the insurance run 90 feet away from home at third.
And
But
you gotta
again,
patch it.
Viches, he has been great.
Yeah, he's done a really good job defensively. I mean, his arm's a little bit of question, but glove-wise, phenomenal.
And I have no doubt that he will place well once Fayette is done as a program.
Yes. He'll find himself a nice little home.
He has the fundamentals. And here comes Jeremy Patrick trying to put some insurance on the board here. And it's a pass ball. He is going to hesitate and stay. And you could just see Coach Borisak hand on head.
Yeah.
That's when you have to have if you're Gamble.
That one's the tough read, though, where it kicks off straight in line with you because it's hard to read the distance and tell the jump that the catcher has on it.
It's a tough one, but, again, I want to see a bigger secondary before it. Count 1-0 on Jeremy Patchett. Raise pitch. Low again, this time ball 2.
Yeah, my thing is he hasn't proven that he can throw somebody out. They haven't proven they can backpick you. You might as well take a little bit extra.
And that's fair enough. It really is. The 2-0. Out wide for ball 3. Next inning for Fayette, it goes back to the top of the order. Weber, Vichez, and Lessman.
These guys are still looking for the home run ball. Not very good at it.
It's definitely in the water.
It's in the water. I don't think they know that, though.
The 3-0. In there for strike 1, and I think KSU Tusk trying to appeal for a balk.
Somebody said it from the dugout. I don't disagree with them. I don't think he ever came completely set, but if the umpire's not really paying attention to that and it looks like he might be falling asleep out there, he probably won't call it.
That time he is set. The 3-1 will hit Patchett, and that'll put him at the corners. But I feel like if you hear that, you just kind of internally are going to make sure that you come set, even more so.
Yeah, generally. That's why I like to do it in between innings. If I see a guy that I know is going to be back out there, I'll let him know. Especially when he's only from the stretch position. I mean, there's a lot of times without runners on that he's been flirting with it, becoming an illegal pitch.
And time called as Schofield is getting ready to come back up here. Mound meeting real quick for Penn State Fayette. What's the message here if you're the head coach?
Relax. You're only down by 1. You just need 1 out. That's all you need. Settle in nicely here. Get a ground ball. Force them to play your hand.
Still, even if Penn State Fayette doesn't get the win today, they fought so hard and a valiant effort all the way around.
Oh, yeah. Man, they still got a chance. They got to get 1 out defensively, and then they got 3 outs to play with. And, hey, the Kingdom of the Netherlands showed that you can have a walk-off. Korea showed that you can have a walk-off. There are so many teams right now that have had walk-offs. There's nothing out of the realm. And they just need a go-ahead run. They don't even need to do a walk-off. They don't got the pressure yet.
And this has been a great day at the ballpark, all the way around. Nearly 5 hours from our first pitch of the day, all the way back in the first inning of game number 1. It's been a long day at the office, but you know the nice thing is, Bryce? When you go home, you look at the clock, you're going to be knowing that you have an extra hour of sunlight.
Oh, is that tonight?
Dude, the clocks flipped last night.
Oh, it did?
Yes.
Oh.
I want 5 hours of sleep opposed to 6. That's why. First pitch in there for strike 1. So basically, I was doing the graphic for the game today. I checked the clock. It's like, okay, 12:30, not bad. I then realized there's a clock jump. So I was very upset when I laid my head down at around 1 a.m. And a good drive down the left field line. This one going back, and it will be taken in just in front of the warning track. And that'll do it for the 6th inning. A nice job by Napton out and left, and the inning is over. I got to go back to it. How didn't you know the clock flipped?
Why would I know?
It's pretty public knowledge.
Well, I don't know.
Your car definitely has a Wi-Fi component, correct?
All my clocks are automatic. I don't have to change any of them.
Well, my Traverse currently would say 3:54, so.
No, my microwave does it. My phone, my watch, my car, my poop timer, all of them. That's just a clock on the back of the toilet.
I'm impressed you didn't know.
No.
And as well, we do have our call to the bullpen here for KSU Tusk. And, well, Bryce, it is who we thought was supposed to be coming in earlier on today. It is James Dre, the sophomore from Cedarville High School.
Yeah, I wasn't awake at 12:30 like you are, so I was asleep nice and early. Actually, no, I wasn't, because I got home at like 11:40 after dropping off DC. And I had to pick up all my stuff out of his garage. I had to bring a car jack home.
And I want to ask your thoughts, though, on last night's game. We really didn't have a chance to talk about it. 71-62 Alliance knocking off Bedford.
It was a great game. I thought the difference was Kevin Woodgett getting hurt. That destroyed Bedford's chances.
And in
because-
thinking about it, and all we talked about with A.J. McGinney, he did what he was supposed to in that game.
yeah,
Which it didn't.
he attacked the rim, he got buckets down low, and he forced them into foul trouble. I mean, they had 3 guys with 4 fouls, I believe.
I mean, we literally gave the script for the
Yes,
game,
it
word for
was-
word.
Yeah, we were on the money. Just Woodgett getting hurt and not being able. You could tell after his ankle got hit and he landed awkwardly. He didn't have the same bounce. He wasn't getting the same distance on his shots. He ended up short, and he wasn't the same threat going laterally. He didn't create any off-ball threat.
And you're absolutely right with that one. But James Dre, the sophomore coming in, if you're Coach Cole, what do you tell him right here?
Shut him down. That's it. You do this and we win. Done.
And, of course, there is going to be some action in the Penn State Fayette bullpen here as this is their chance. But they know that if they can tie it up, that they will have to go into the bottom of the inning and hold down the fort.
Yeah, and that's when you want your pseudo closer in.
And it is going to be number 27, Todd Kowalczyk in the bullpen. And he is getting warm just in front of us, but 3 outs left to play with. And all eyes are on James Dre, the sophomore for Penn State Tuscarawas.
Needs to fill it up here.
Do we see a bunt early on? They've liked to offer today. They really have. Do they go that route early?
Hold on. Yep, that third baseman backing up, I would.
Not in the first one, as that one is in the dirt.
No disrespect to any of the guys on the field, but the corners and the pitcher aren't exactly the quickest I've seen. So
And
I
you
would
put
take-
that ball in the right spot, it's just going to be
yeah, you put
splitting
it
perfectly.
You put in that Bermuda Triangle there, you got a real good chance.
The 1-0 misses upstairs for ball 2. And as you said, Bryce, and as we've said, you need 1 here to force the bottom of the inning. That's all you need.
Yep.
Now 2 would put the pressure back on KSU Tusk without their home run hitter to try and win the game.
Yeah, well, pressure's what you put in your tires.
And for them, actually, Bohannon would be 4th. It would go Ruther, Byers, Maine, and Bohannon.
That's a tough little 4, especially knowing that Maine will probably get on by catcher's interference again.
And it's 4 straight balls to begin the inning. The tying run is at first. And that'll set up Lucas Viches. Time called here by Coach Morzak, and now the conversation is, what do you say here? And as well, you did warm up Billman, and he's making the change.
Wow. Interesting.
4 pitches. And the flip. Who is getting the ball here? It is going to be Billman.
Yeah, I mean, I've done something similar where you have a guy that you aren't 100% sure on how he's going to do. He's kind of a wild card per se, where you know he has the stuff that will play, but you need to see it actually work. I got a guy on standby.
And for the first time in a long while, there's the rattling bug. I love it. You know what? Back in the 2024 season when Padua made it to the Final Four losing to Baden, you know what the first song on the warm-up playlist was?
Probably this song.
And I believe, was it Oklahoma or Texas Tech who had this as their home run song?
I want to say it was Oklahoma, but I also.
But you remember what I'm talking about
Yeah.
with that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised more teams don't use it. It's a great song.
Yeah.
What's your kind of Mount Rushmore of baseball songs, Bryce?
Ooh.
Put you on the spot here.
Putting Enter Sandman, Mariano Rivera. Give me Shipping Up to Boston. Oh no, I'm blanking. Oh, it was Boston's closer for a bunch of years. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm blanking.
We'll go back to that in a little bit. Between innings, we'll go back to it. Tying run is at first, and third is creeping. Bunt shown and pulled back. Back pick down to 1. Not in time.
You cannot get bad picked here.
And an 0-1 count here. But Viches, such a crafty player for this Penn State Fayette team, specifically defensively, but you never know. maybe this is where his offense comes up. Throw back to 1, not in time. And as a righty, you do have that extra move back to 1. That is part of the change here with Billman, but coming from Otterbein, he has that OAC pedigree. 2 years with the Cardinals in Westerville, he knows how to get it done. Was he in the box? That's the question.
Ooh.
Wow, they said he wasn't. So there's out number 1.
That's close. That's close.
So then the runner should have to go back,
Yeah,
correct?
he does. He does.
Oh, my. I thought his foot... We'll watch the replay back here real quick.
That's real close.
I did not think that he had left the box. Let's see here. No.
He was in the box. Can we...
I don't think that's the right call.
Can we be replay?
No, no.
Volunteer? See, they agree with me. They care about my input.
I mean, that is just such a tough break for Penn State Fayette.
Yeah, it's brutal.
I mean, we saw it yesterday with a couple, but I felt like he was in the box.
He was.
And the replay is pretty definitive with it, too.
Yeah. It was like the pickoff at second base with Tri-C.
We had one yesterday, too, before Yanmaz uncorked. And a good drive, this one into center field, but directly to Campbell. He has it, and KSU Tusk can sound the final countdown. 1 out away from getting the job done here today in Bowerston. So all the pressure here now. It is going to fall on Machiosi. Tying run over at first base. 2 down. Ground ball. This could do it. Picked up over at short. Bobbled. And now the go-ahead run is at first. It'll be an E6 on KSU Tusk. And Stitch will have a chance to leave his mark on the game. That's a tough one.
Yeah, you should probably put a runner in there, coach. I like that idea.
Fastest player on the roster has to be up here. This is where you need a guy like Nash Streeger, like what Tri-C has, or even a Cohen Merritt.
Yeah.
And going back to Cam and his time at Holy Name, he was an effective base runner. It's such an understated part of the game, which you might think it's a dig at him, but in actuality, it's not at all a dig at Cam. He was just fast. He came in, and he was the go-ahead run against Revere in the playoffs a few years ago because of his speed and his IQ on the bases, and that ended up being the winning run as Revere didn't score again, and Holy Name played it a few more that inning because of Cam's IQ on the bases.
Yeah.
Having a guy like that on the roster is a good thing.
Yeah, shout out Alabama at Glen Oak last year. I don't know what the kid's name was. I just know he came from Alabama. But the only thing he did was pinch run. It was hilarious.
It's a specialist. It works. Billman's pitch low for ball 1.
Yeah, you got some guys in the MLBs like that. You got Gore. Gore did that a lot. I think got a couple rings with it, too.
It paid off. The 1-0 to Stitch. In there now, 1-1 the count. 2 strikes away from getting the job done here in game number 2 to get the 4-game sweep over the Nittany Lions. But a thriller no matter what. Count out 2-1 as Billman misses out wide. In the on-deck circle, it would go to Neptune. If this is a walk, do you make another call?
No, you don't got anybody hot.
Swing and a foul tip. Penn State Fayette down to their final strike. 2-2 the count. Penn State Tuscarawas looking to improve to 9-7 on the season. 1 strike away from getting the job done here. All eyes on Brenton Billman. The 2-2. Ground ball over towards third. Picked up. And that is going to do it. Penn State Tuscarawas hangs on and knocks off Penn State Fayette. 6-5 your final. An excellent effort all the way around by KSU, and it's Cohen Larson with the winning play. But all the credit in the world to Penn State Fayette for how hard they fought today.
Yeah, they played extremely well. They fought really hard, especially in that second game, man. It was a struggle. It was a tough one. It was definitely a struggle. Runs weren't coming easy. Hits weren't coming easy. I mean, they only got 2 hits on the game, but 5 runs. They did a great job.
Looking at the final box score, 6-5. Kent State Tusk gets the win. 6 runs on 5 hits and 3 errors. Penn State Fayette, 5 runs on 2 hits, no errors. It was just a lot of good base running for them. But your player of the game, presented by SmeeSports for game number 2, has to go to Wyatt Buchanan. The go-ahead home run. He won the game for KSU today.
Yeah, he was just phenomenal. He definitely is a natural hitter. Got that back pick at first. He just did a great job all around. He's got 2 tanks on the day. I believe a double to go along with it. A hustle double at that. What a day for Wyatt Bohannon.
And what a day for some baseball. So, now that our weekend is done, we played a total of 5 games of baseball that were aired on SmeeSports. We had 10 home runs. 8 from Kellogg and 2 from KSU Tusk. Interesting. But before we close out, Bryce, I'm putting you back on the spot. Your Mount Rushmore of baseball songs.
So I'm sticking with Mariano Rivera with Enter Sandman. It was incredible. I'll put, I can't remember what it's called, Timmy Trumpets, the trumpet.
Narco.
Yeah, Narco for Edwin Diaz, because that was just incredible for the time. Putting Flower, the Sally Up, Bring Sally Down, with Bryce Harper hitting the go-ahead home run in the NLDS 2 years ago. I cannot think of who it is who had Shipping Up to Boston. Gosh, it's gonna make me so.
You want
mad.
mine real quick?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Enter Sandman. Freebird.
Okay.
Because that's obviously a great one. And then it gets tough because those 2 are really solidified. Final Countdown.
Okay.
I want to put Rattling Blog on there, but I just know that I'm going to be missing one here. I'm just going to say, for the sake of it, Rattling Blog to be different. Honorable mention to Narco and to A-OK. Going back to that Grand Slam in the wild card a few years ago.
Jonathan Papelbon.
Papelbon, what a guy.
Papelbon, absolute stud. What a closer. He was so, gosh, it was such a good walkout song. But, I mean, there's tons of good ones.
But before we close out our broadcast today, to stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and TikTok, SmeeSports LLC on Facebook and LinkedIn, and SmeeFest 2024 on Twitter. As well, go down below and subscribe. While there is no added cost, it greatly helps out all that we do here at SmeeSports as we cover the best of the Cleveland and Stark County areas. Our next broadcast, a week from today, another Sunday doubleheader over at Tri-C's Ron Model Field. Join us as the Tri-C Triceratops take on the number 23 team in Division II JUCO, the Lansing Community College Stars. Another heavy hitter from Michigan.
Yeah, it's going to be a real good one. I expect it to be very, very much similar to Kellogg.
And our big question, will Jackson Bowles be good to go? Had that injury against Kellogg yesterday. The hope is that he will be good to go, but we do not know for sure. And then our next time with KSU Tusk is going to be on Tuesday the 17th, St. Patty's Day, 11 and 1 a.m. or p.m. 11 a.m., 1 p.m. over there, right behind us, at the Conotton Valley High School softball field as the Lady Golden Eagles take on the Teal Tomcats. And that should be a fun one to begin our softball coverage here at KSU Tusk.
Yeah, it should be a good one. I'm not going to be able to make it, but I have a feeling it will be a good one. I'll probably be watching during class because I'm not going to pay attention.
And then the final update we have, our first OHSAA broadcast of the season is in 2 weeks from tomorrow. Join us at 5 p.m. over at Marlington High School as the Dukes welcome in the Massillon Tigers. 5 p.m. first pitch. It'll be exciting once again to see Chelsea Miller, the Creighton commit, on staff over at Marlington. And, of course, their great pitcher, Justine Doringo.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. I'm curious to see how that goes. I haven't seen a lot of Stark County softball. I'm more familiar with Cuyahoga County softball, Walsh Jesuit, which absolute powerhouse. I'm curious to see how it goes.
Well, that'll do it for us here at Conotton Valley High School in Bowerston. In game number 2, it is KSU Tusk taking it home in pseudo walk-off fashion with Wyatt Buchanan's big shot in the 6th inning, getting the job done. 6-5 your final. For Bryce Fisher, I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Bowerston, and we will see you again next time. This has been College Baseball on SmeeSports.